Our top international focus after months of wrangling with creditors. Greece's international bailout comes to an end tonight. The country owes the International Monetary Fund 1.6 billion euros, which it was supposed to pay off by 2200 GMT, that's 3 a.m. India time. Greece's finance minister has issued a statement saying that the country will not be paying the looming debt. If Greece misses the debt repayment, it will become the first developed nation in history to default on loan repayment to the IMF and joins a club of countries like Sudan, Somalia and Zimbabwe. Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras has dropped hints saying that he may indeed quit if the referendum that he's called for on the 5th of July goes against him.
Την απάντηση θα τη δώσει ο ελληνικός λαός. Αν ο ελληνικός λαός θέλει να προχωρήσει εις το διηνεκές με σχέδια λιτότητας που θα μας οδηγήσουν στο να μην σηκώσουμε κεφάλι, στο να φεύγουν κατά χιλιάδες οι νέοι άνθρωποι στο εξωτερικό, στο να έχουμε ουραία της ανεργίας και ξανά να πηγαίνουμε σε νέα προγράμματα και νέα δάνεια, αν αυτή είναι η επιλογή.
Let's now tell you what exactly led to the big Greek meltdown. Greece became the epicenter of Europe's debt crisis after the Wall Street imploded in 2008. It announced in October 2009 that it had been understating its deficit figures for years. It was subsequently shut out from borrowing in the financial markets, and by the year 2010, Greece was steadily tilting towards bankruptcy. The International Monetary Fund, the European Central Bank and the European Commission issued the first of two international bailouts for Greece, which amounts to about $264 billion in today's exchange rates. But the bailouts came with riders. Despite the monetary relief, the nation's economy shrunk by a quarter in the last 5 years, since the bailout money was essentially used to pay off Greece's international loans.
Έχουμε έρθει εδώ σήμερα γιατί πρέπει να πούμε στην κυβέρνηση και σε όλη την Ευρώπη ότι δεν πρέπει να κάνει πίσω. Τα μέτρα λιτότητας καταστρέφουν το λαό και πρέπει να τερματιστεί αυτό το πράγμα. Έχει υποφέρει πάρα πολύ ο ελληνικός λαός.
Μας είπε να μην προτιμήσουμε την αυτοκτονία επειδή φοβόμαστε το θάνατο. Δηλαδή μας ετοιμάζει το θάνατο. Μην αυτοκτονήσετε, θα σας καθαρίσουμε εμείς. Τον ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ, του το κάνουμε δώρο να το κανονίσει για τον εαυτό του.
Given that it's racing against time to meet tonight's deadline, let's apprise you of the road ahead for Greece. Firstly, Greece must work out a deal to meet the looming debt payments. Also, the repayment tonight is just a part of a bigger billion-dollar debt that Greece has to repay to the International Monetary Fund and the European Central Bank. It may need to secure another bailout package for its Sunday's upcoming referendum, which decides whether Greece will stay in Eurozone. This could also trigger fresh elections, given that the Prime Minister has hinted that he could step down if the referendum goes against him. Importantly, July is when Greece owes the European Central Bank 3.5 billion euros. If it fails to pay off that debt, Greek banks will be taken off life support. India is watching the Greece bailout crisis and here's why. Let's take a look at the impact that Greece's failure to deliver on the debt repayment to the IMF could have on India. Firstly, it could trigger capital outflows from India. The government, according to reports, is consulting the RBI to deal with the situation. Secondly, there could be some temporary volatility because of which the rupee could depreciate. Also, share prices could fall in short term. India's software and engineering exports could also suffer.